Yeah, let me stop backspinning and get to the show. What's up, people? What's up, people? What's up, people? It is your boy MM2K. Hold on, I gotta adjust my mic. Try not to be so damn loud. What's up, people? It's your boy MM2K back again with the illustrious panel. My good friend Eddie Player One and the homie Projekt Storm. What is going on, fellas?
What's going on? I'm M2K and Projekt in chat.
Man, what is going on to everybody? It's going to be another jam-packed show. I can't wait. But MM, I will tell you right now, man, we start the show early so my landscapers can do their thing at 4 o'clock. And they're here already. So in about 10 minutes, they might be rolling out, man. That'll be perfect because then I can get into all this greatness that we got to discuss today, man. Yeah, you know what I mean? So I'll be usually in and out. So if I don't answer right away, you know why, man.
Who was willing to bet that Storm's landscapers be listening to the show and they're like, they're live, and they just start powering up everything?
It seems that way, man. I got a lot of love and respect for them dudes, though, man. You know what I'm saying? They're great guys. I will say that.
Oh, man, that's funny. Hey, guys and gals, do us a huge favor. Hit that hunchback arrow below. All right. Let everybody know that we're live. Also, hit that like button for us, too. And if you enjoy the content, you can subscribe. And you can subscribe to my panel here because their links are in the description as well. But I want to give a shout out to the chat real quick. We got Dylan Tortosa. What's up? We got Chris, Cloud Gamer 201. We got the homie Chase up in there. What's up, Chase? He says, can't stay, but wanted to show some love. Have a great pod, MM Storm and Eddie. Thank you, my good friend. And shout out to Chase, too, for being one of our latest subscribers to the PNTS Network Patreon, where we got content. We got 2 pieces of content dropping today. We got my thoughts on, I don't even know. We got 2 pieces of content. I dropped so much content, y'all, that you got to check it out to go see.
That's not a lie. That's not a lie.
Yeah, I'm like 4 videos behind, so y'all definitely want to check that out. All it takes is $1 to dream, or if you want all of this Stadia exclusive content is $3 a month. All right, and then we got my favorite person, man, my favorite Amunar the bot. He says the only way Stadia can survive is if they oh shoot, I almost choked on my own spit. He said the only way Stadia can survive is if they put the app in a PlayStation 5. And you got bars, and Umar. I give you that. I give
what?
You don't say.
You know what I'm saying? Facts. But big ups to the homie Amunar. All right, y'all. So let's get it right into it. You know I don't do all that bloviate no more. I got an illustrious panel. I let them do the talking. You know what I'm saying? Because they are the true wizards here. All right, y'all. This is episode 31, where we're going to talk about Baldur's Gate. We're going to talk about crowd choice, and we're going to talk about game pulse, meaning, we're going to talk about, some more games come in, some things associated to Stadia and all that good stuff. But first and foremost, before we get into all that, let's flip it to the panel. We're going to start with Eddie. Eddie, what have you been playing this week, man?
Baldur's Gate. And play a little bit of Baldur's Gate as well.
Exactly. I hear that. Nothing else, man? You ain't thought nothing? No.
Actually, I have been on my heavy rotation, which is right now it's the crew still. I'm doing my dailies over there, playing a little bit of the Division 2. We'll talk about that later. I try Celeste, and we'll continue playing Celeste, and still playing Fall Guys for my kid.
Gotcha. Okay.
That is actually a fun story. When my kid arrives from daycare, he grabs the PlayStation controllers, he gives to me, and he wants me to watch me play Fall Guys.
Oh, that's what's up. I remember those days. Now my kids try to take the controller from me. Dad, you're a noob. You suck. So enjoy it while you can, Eddie. Hey, Storm, you still got the landscapers?
Nah, man. Hey, they every now and then they get close to the windows, but I'll tell you real quick what I've been playing, man. I've been playing a little bit of Division 2. We'll get into that later. I've been playing a little bit of Destiny 2. We'll get into that as well. I've been playing some Celeste myself. I've tried it on with mouse and keyboard. And for some reason, my escape button just didn't want to work or something. Like I couldn't get out of the menu. I only tried it once, but I will be going back to that. Also, man, Sekiro, another game I jumped on over on Xbox. I like to venture all over the place, man. With that game coming to Stadia, I had to jump on that just to get my I'm telling you right now, second row will make a lot of people cry. Believe that when I tell you. But yeah, man, and just so many other games that I can't even think of right now because I'm always testing and I'm always trying to think of like the best content that I can drop for the people out here that enjoy what we do. That's about it.
Cool. Well, I've been playing a little bit of Baldur's Gate. I ran into an issue yesterday where thank you.
Oh, my bad.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
No, Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
How can I should be ashamed of myself.
The hell is wrong with you?
And then you let that slide, bro? Come on, man.
Hey, look,
Eddie,
man.
you let it slide too, Eddie?
And now look, you see Eddie, how you trying to flip that on us?
You know what? I think because you all were going to talk so much about it that it just slipped my mind, man. I wanted to give the people something different, a lot of variety.
Yeah, I think everybody, which we're going to get into that in a little bit. I think everybody's been playing Baldur's Gate 3, and that just leads to an important question. How big was that game for the Stadia platform? But we'll definitely get into all that. With that said, I've been playing a lot of Division 2, of course, until Baldur's Gate came. And then something happened when Baldur's Gate came. Like my PC required an update. And I don't know who else suffered through this, but I needed an update yesterday. And the update took 8 hours. It literally took 8 hours.
PC
it was Windows update.
Oh, okay.
Yep. It was a Windows update that took 8 hours. And what was going on was it was supposed to just reboot and do whatever it was going to do. And it created these partitions on my hard drive that I can't get rid of. And now is literally it's segregated my booting of Windows away from the operating system on the hard. It's crazy. I don't know what the hell they were trying to do, but Microsoft, you got to get it together with Windows. Like over the last, I want to say 24 months, Windows has been a disaster as far as I'm concerned. That being said, after I got past that, I said, oh, today I'm going to play some Baldur's Gate, and had some family stuff that I had to take care of, so I didn't get into Baldur's Gate that much. But I did play it the day of release, and you guys seen my streams, and we're going to highlight some other streams today. But I've had a hell of a lot of fun with the game. It's a great game, so definitely that's everything that we've been getting into this week. I already went over the PNTS updates as far as the content, the Patreon content is concerned. So let's get right into these topics. Now, first and foremost, here, let me do this. I want to share my screen. Okay, there we go.
While you sharing that screen, man, you know, hey, somebody joined the chat, man. It's Cold Blood Sensei, no other than
Cold Blood.
You know what I'm saying? The well-known, world-renowned Cold Blood Sensei says, "That's a lie, Moss. I'm not playing Baldur's Gate 3. Please don't misinform your viewers."
Did I say Cold Blood Sensei? No,
I don't know, man.
I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know. Cold Blood's mad because the other day I had to boot bop him. You know what I'm saying? Cold Blood has been giving me that work all on my streams for the last year or so, right? So it was only fair that I finally get a W on him. You know what I'm saying? Cold Blood's out here. He's losing his mind. The homie Chariot Man Gaming, he said, "What's up, MM2K in chat? Thank you very much, my good friend, for coming through." With that being said, here goes, I guess, the breaking news right now. I want to get you guys' thoughts on this because I thought this was interesting. I thought it was going to lead to something else, but it wasn't. It didn't, rather. Outriders, the game Outriders that in the last Connect or the Connect before last was mentioned, was coming to Stadia in 2021. Well, the game overall has suffered a delay, but crossplay has been confirmed. So here's the information via Stadia source, the number one source for Stadia news and reviews. This is their the information per their article. It says Square Enix have confirmed that RPG shooter Outriders has suffered a small delay. The game was originally set to launch across multiple platforms in December 2020, followed by the Stadia version in 2021. The game will now launch in February 2021 across various platforms. However, the Stadia version will launch later, in quotes, in 2021. Another piece of news that Square Enix have shared is that this game will feature cross-play support across all platforms that the game is available on. So I guess we could start with Eddie first, because Storm might be being attacked by his landscapers, but we'll start with Eddie first. Eddie, what is your thoughts on this being delayed overall? And it looks like it's being delayed for Stadia too? Or do you think you think I'm reading a little bit too much into it?
No, well, it is what the article is saying, right? Actually, if you scroll down just a little bit, because it has the exactly sentence from Square Enix. When do they say? We're very happy to announce that we will offer full crossplay, including Stadia support and free next-gen upgrade for our plan for Outriders. The great thing about this system is that even if you're not picking up in your PS5 or Xbox Series X yet, we got you covered. So basically, they're saying if you buy it right now on current gen and then you update, you get the next gen. I feel I'm not sure what I feel like about. First of all, the game being delayed. Not talking Stadia specifically.
Yeah,
Games delay can happen, and it's quite of a small delay right now, like 2 month delay.
absolutely.
Could be for multiple reasons, like we're improving the next gen experience. We want to implement the crossplay. We want to having the graphics even better, or we failed on testing. It could be multiple reasons. And regarding the Stadia delay, when they're saying they're launching on a later date, that is kind of bad. But it's a situation of waiting and see how long is gonna be this delay.
Yeah.
Because if we take an example right now, what's the name again? It's a Square Enix as well. The Alien title, All Humans Must Die.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, is that Square Enix too?
Chat? Am I wrong?
Or is that THQ? I don't know.
That's right. That's THQ Nordic.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
That might be it. Yeah. There's these questions that I don't think we can answer right now. Why does the Stadia version gets delayed? We know for sure it's because it's not a priority on a player base.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it.
Yep. Storm, you there, good friend?
Yes, sir. I've been here, man. I think they're almost done. Yeah.
Oh man, they hey, look, they must have heard that we caught on to the plan. So now
I'm about to go in cruise control from here on out.
They're trying to run for Dodge. Let me ask you the same question, man. What are your thoughts on this delay? Across the board, and it sounds like originally I was under the impression, because I was wishing on the star. You know me,
oh man.
Yo,
man, all right, man. You with this musical taste, man. I'm telling you right now. Hey, yo, I'm sure you used to be in a band or something, right?
No, brother, no, just
okay.
music right. Connoisseur.
Okay.
But I was thinking, I was like, oh, they're going to delay this everywhere else, and it's going to be on the same day as Stadia. I'm going to rub this in some people's faces, but nah, it didn't work out that way. So what do you think? This is getting pushed back across the board. As Eddie outlined, it's being held back even on Stadia too. Yeah. What's up with this delay, man? What do you think?
Well, I could tell you right now, there's this dude by the name of Mr. Matty Plays on YouTube, man. And he I check his content out every now and then, and he did something on Outriders, man. And it had and what he discussed is it may have something to do with this whole delay. And I think for this one right here is going to be a good delay, because some of the issues I know he mentioned that came up was like the some things that needed to be fixed, like shaky cams during cutscenes and voice acting issues and stuff like that. And you know me, I one thing I cannot tolerate is bad voice acting. It takes me out of the game. So I hope that they're doing this to iron everything out, and that's what I suspect anyway with everything going on, man. We've had this conversation so many times about 2021, and everybody from you, me, Snow Bunny Gaming, so many different people have been weighing in on these different developers delaying these games. So I think with this one is going to be a necessary delay. I'm definitely looking forward to the game. When they first announced it, I saw Elgato. They dropped some footage on YouTube, and it made me buy my damn 4K capture card, MM2K. It really did, and so that game, it just looks like something I want to play. I'm definitely into the cross-play component of it. one thing Stadia has shown is that they could get these games. The crossplay games are the games that get played a lot more heavily. So I think on when it comes to the multiplayer side, but like PUBG showed that it could be done well. This game will fall right in line. And I keep forgetting the other ones, man. Is ESO one of those? Does it have crossplay or just cross progression or whatever for ESO?
ESO has cross play, I think, too. Right, Eddie?
Yeah. That's always one that tricks me, man. So, but either way, though, man, like I'm looking forward to the game MM2K. You know, we've talked about it earlier in different podcasts, man. Like the amount of weapons and customization and abilities that you can use, they're so cool. So I can't wait. It's a game that take your time. People can fly with the game and do what you all have to do, man.
I'm looking online, and I'm seeing you guys seeing this whole deal with Xbox and GameStop. Has anybody seen this?
Nah.
Okay, I'm trying to find like a more resourced or more easy reader friendly version. Let me see. GameStop, Xbox. Something I don't know what this got to do.
Well, you making me want to look it up now.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna put this here. Oh, okay, here it goes. GameStop. Okay, this is via Windows Central. So let me put this on the screen. And I know we're dealing with cloud gaming, but it said cloud infrastructure, so that's why it caught me. And hopefully everybody can see that. It says GameStop strikes multi-year deal with Microsoft for cloud, Surface, and Xbox All Access. Interesting. So it says what you need to know. GameStop and Microsoft today entered into a multi-year partnership. The deal makes cloud services the backbone of GameStop's back end and in-store solutions. Store reps will also begin using Surface devices, and Xbox All Access will be offered at GameStop stores. Wow.
Yo, let me tell you something. I love it. I've talked about it already. I think they had to do it to live. They had to do it to adapt, man. We talked about this before. I know I stayed talking about it. I could see it happening with their whole digital storefront when that first came. To me, it kind of like says that they had the basic foundation in place. And now, man, bro, I got to look into this, man, because that right there might be the move that saved GameStop, to tell you the truth. That's a big one.
Hold on. Join us live. Hey, can you get some comments in the chat real quick, Storm, as I join us live.
Yeah, most definitely. So let me see. Dylan Tortosa said, I'm thinking this was a game in development long before Stadia was announced. It was already most likely that they will roll out the Stadia version later anyway. And I 100% agree, especially if they're making some of those tweaks that I talked about just a minute ago. It all makes perfect sense, man. And ESO does have crossplay, and I thought it did. That's another game I need to jump back into. So there's so many games, y'all. Prepare for this because I'm gonna say it. So many games on Stadia. There's so many games on Stadia right now, y'all, that I can jump all over the place, make content on like 90 something different games, man. It's crazy already. So that's a great point though. You ready, man?
Yeah, I'm ready. Okay.
I'll keep going through the chat, man.
Now it's okay. So it says according to the I think let me see. It says Microsoft and GameStop announced today that they have entered a multi-year strategic partnership. Did I read that already? It says GameStop's business. The partnership also touches on the tech and apps that store associates use. Oh, so this is like a dang. They entered a partnership to where Microsoft basically owns game.
Yeah,
it's like Microsoft is powering. I don't want to say own, but Microsoft is powering GameStop. So it said, okay, let me read that part again. It says Microsoft and GameStop announced today that the pair have entered a multi-year strategic partnership that will make Microsoft's cloud tech the backbone of GameStop's business operations. So that's crazy.
Let's not play around with this one right here, people. It is what it is. That's a big move. It's you can't knock them. You know that Microsoft is not done spending money out here. And I know that this right here is going to shake up the show a little bit. when it comes to the notes and everything, the schedule. See, every time you work hard, man, you stay up late trying to put these notes together and everything. We always get derailed, man. So that is big. That is big because that brings up so many possibilities. Like, going into GameStop and getting a Xcloud like cards or something to use for Game Pass and Xcloud and some other stuff. And I don't know what this is crazy, man.
Hey, ma'am, I just sent you over Twitter, but you can pull up Phil Spencer's Twitter, because I don't know if you guys saw this one. There's something that we can plug here and discuss, which is the future of Xcloud. They said once already that they want to bring Xcloud everywhere.
Yep.
And so this guy came here. Hey, Phil Spencer or Aaron Greenberg, any chance this could happen at some point? And this is, I'm writing about Game Pass and I can't stop thinking. Why doesn't Xbox Game Pass have streaming on consoles or PC? So people could use the services to demo games instead of having to downloads. And Phil Spencer's going to reply, yes, we want to do this. It's in the long list of cool things that we want to do. But he say here, just a bit further down the list. So,
So
right now, it's not their priority, right? I would say, to do a lot of other devices with cloud. But I think it's inevitably, shout out to Chase. He said once and keeps saying that the Series S will probably become a streaming box.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Here's what I think they're going to do. I think that on the offset, they're thinking, hey, look, let's let people enjoy the stream box. I mean, let's let people enjoy the S at a low barrier entry. They've admitted it that the only purpose of the S is for people to get into the new generation at launch at a cheap barrier. They want to better their chances at the launch of this thing. They said that's the only purpose of the S right now. Once that happens, then the S might be phased out as a dedicated device solution, and it may just turn into a Streambox solution, which could satisfy the hardcore tech enthusiasts that complain that the VRAM in the Xbox Series S is too low and it's going to hold back games. What Microsoft may potentially do is say, okay, well, with the game starting in 2024, look, third-party developers, you ain't got to develop it to work on the S. Just make sure that it works on Xcloud, and by then Xcloud will be streamable to your what's it called. So that could be a smart move. That could be a smart move by Microsoft if they can get that off. But I'm curious on how GameStop is going to be integrated in here. So let me continue and read. Yeah. This is according to the press release issued by both companies. GameStop will now rely on Dynamics 365 to power its backend in-store solutions. Okay, I don't care about that. Okay, it's going to work for subscriptions, pricing, and promotions in order to provide a personalized in-store customer experience. So the customer experience is going to change. That's fine. Here's a look at the rest of the deal entails. Additionally, associates will be equipped with new Microsoft devices that will transform the in-store experience and help unlock new retail experiences in the future. The mobility of Surface will allow associates to move freely within the store footprint, meeting the needs of customer. Okay, whatever. As part of the transformation, GameStop plans to roll out Microsoft 360, Microsoft Teams to its stores. Empowering more than 30,000 store associates with enhanced productivity and collaboration tools. With Teams, stores associates will more easily be able to ask questions and share insights with another, enabling them to provide a better customer experience. Okay, whatever. Following decades as an essential provider for the Xbox gaming platform and service, GameStop has expanded its Xbox family of product offerings to include Xbox All Access, which provides an Xbox console in 24 months of Xbox Game Pass with no upfront costs. GameStop and Microsoft will both benefit from the customer acquisition in lifetime revenue value of each gamer. So here's what I'm getting from this, guys and gals that are listening in the panel, I mean, in the chat and panel, that what Microsoft is basically doing is that they're putting a specialist in the stores to help people get Microsoft products. And as people get these Microsoft products and they gain subscriptions, if they get it through the GameStop store, GameStop is going to get a kickback of that. They've worked at some way, I guess, to give GameStop a kickback of that. So as GameStop is trying to transition from how to deal with their loss of not being able to sell as many used games, this may be their new stream of revenue. And I think this is big, guys. And y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Whoever want to pick this up first, is this takes away the dynamic in GameStop that, because let's be honest, when you walk into
I know where you're about to go about it. Go ahead.
When you walk into a GameStop, you got to be honest. It is PlayStation 5 favored.
Yeah,
or PlayStation favored. And this is going to change that dynamic. And this is important. This is big. I don't know. Who wants to pick it up first? I'm done talking.
Hey, look. So that's what I'm saying. So I could see now with what you just read. All right. Yeah, I can see associates walking around with the green shirts on right now with the Surface tablets and everything, integrating, doing what everything Xbox. You can sign up for all access right here. Just see an associate. You know, you're interested in that. We could check your credit on the fly, blah, blah, blah. We can also tell you about Xcloud and you know, see the cashier right here for a card. You could take this card when you're purchasing this Series X. I can see all of this happening. So like I said, I think it's a decent move, man. I really do. Now, I could be wrong on what I'm thinking about right now, but the possibilities are out there is what I'm saying. So I like, and just what you just said, it makes GameStop now affiliated with Microsoft and Xbox. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Will they sell the Surface now? Can you order the Surface from the GameStop and stuff like that, man? Like, I don't know. We're gonna have to read more into this one.
What do you think, Eddie, about this?
From what you finished reading here on the article, I have quite of a different opinion, because it looks like they're just powering how GameStop is going to work. So Office 365, it's a set of tools that helps on productivity. And from what I heard, again, maybe I'm getting this wrong, it is, all right, GameStop associates. If you want to talk to somebody else from another GameStop store, you don't need to call it or send an email. You just open Microsoft Teams that you have on your tablet that you were walking around, and then you find that someone and you send a message and they will reply quickly. Maybe I'm not looking at the big picture, but for me, it looks like, all right, this is the tools that's going to power up the operations behind a GameStop. But down the line, of course, once you got into a closer relationship with this one, it's going to be way easier to, all right, now let's introduce Cloud to our client.
And Eddie, and to piggyback on that, man, it's cheaper than going and building a lot more Microsoft stores that will enable, you know, that can happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, all right, I like the move. I like that. Kudos and bravo. I like what they did with that.
The reason why that's what at first it started to look solely like what you were saying, Andy, and I was like, oh, well, how big of a deal is this, right? But then this last paragraph, it says, following decades as an essential, and Eddie, let me know what you think and see if I'm, you know, because I could be, let me know if I'm overshooting the moon on this one. But it says, following decades as an essential provider of the Microsoft Xbox gaming platform and services, GameStop has expanded its Xbox family of products offerings to include Xbox All Access, which provides. Pause there? Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So they have been offering Xbox. They have been offering Xbox games. They have been offering Xbox Live, and as far as I know, at least here in Canada, GameStop, or it has another name here, EB Games. It's the only place where you can buy an Xbox with all access.
So they're going to make this more okay, go ahead.
This is what I'm understanding. I know that in US you have other places to get all access, But from what I understood from this paragraph is saying, right, we have a good relationship because you always sold our product.
I got you. Okay.
Now you're gonna use this product that was gonna help on your productivity, and you as well will sell all access, which is and then they explain what all access is.
But here's the thing for me, Eddie, though. That's a great point, right? So as far as the consumer part of it, as far as the consumer products and services, maybe not that much of a big deal, right? But at least, see, I don't know about you, Eddie, and I'm not the biggest Xbox fan, surprise, right? So I don't care, but just for full transparency, when you walk into the majority of GameStops, even in the US where the competition is a little bit tighter, they favor PlayStation so much more. And Nintendo, yep.
Right,
so much
now,
more.
if I walk into a GameStop, the first thing I will see it's like a super sale basket when they have PlayStation and Xbox. Then when you go to the shelves, it's Nintendo, then PlayStation, then Xbox, all the way to the back.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep. And I imagine, and even when I went to go order my Xbox One X, it was
the Series
packed.
X, the Series X, or the
One. No, I don't. I'm talking about the Xbox One X. I ain't getting no Series X. When I went to go get the Xbox, when I went to go get my Xbox One X in 2017, see, I can't lie. I gotta keep it. I gotta keep it real. I remember walking into the store and it was crowded. It was. I just knew that they were going to win NPD, but Sony pulled some magic, some slickery at the end. But kudos to them. But I walked in the store and it was pandemonium. People asking questions, and there were a lot of casuals in line. They were ready to get this thing, right? And so they're asking questions. And I remember the clerk saying to me, or no, just screaming out loud. He didn't say this to me. He was screaming. He said, "What's so special about this Xbox One X? I don't get it." Said it out like he was flustered. He was upset and angry, right?
Yeah.
And so then I started taking people and answering questions and stuff in the line, right? It was crazy. And you see that across GameStops across the nation, at least, right? I even have a good friend that was a manager at a GameStop that told me that, it was slanted towards PlayStation at the beginning of this generation, because when we were looking at corporate communications, PlayStation's message was a lot more marketable. So people would come out and say, well, which one should I buy, the PlayStation or the Xbox? That they were told to let people know, well, if you like Halo and Gears, when those games come out, yes, your Xbox will be a good investment.
Yeah.
But if you like Call of Duty and Witcher and stuff like that, they're going to look better on PlayStation. So you can get the PlayStation. That's what they were told to say this.
And they literally told me that when I went in the store.
Yep, they were told to say this. Right? And me and Storm are in different. And I don't know about you guys and gals that are listening, along with Eddie. I don't know if you guys heard this, right? So with that being said, GameStop is heavily slanted towards Microsoft. Today, that officially comes to an end. I mean, they're slanted against Microsoft. That comes to an end. I think with this, I don't think that they're going to promote Xbox services over PlayStation. They still got to make money. And if PlayStation is outdoing Xbox in mind share, like in one poll, I saw that 75% of the pre-orders were PlayStation 5s and the 23% were Xbox Series. That's a crazy. If the consumer needs are that slanted, they're still going to show some favoritism towards the more selling product, but it's not going to be the way that it used to. The culture at GameStop is definitely going to change. But, and I'm going to say this real quick and shut up and throw it back to the panel, but how much is that going to matter if the product that GameStop is selling is dying? But we'll see. But who wants to chomp in at this before we move on?
Man, I'll say real quick. I've always thought this when Microsoft first entered the game with Xbox, man, that they have the money. And see, this is why MM and Eddie, man, this is why it's so important to pay attention to how much money these corporations really have, because they're capable of doing some crazy, mind-blowing stuff. Now I can see a few people in the chat don't really get down with GameStop, man. Damn, some people are like, Hey, and GameStop's probably done a few people dirty. I know I've been done dirty by them a few times. I mean, I don't want to.
You're using games over there.
Yeah, I don't want to get. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, use games. No, I don't want to get too deep into it because man, that'll be a whole nother podcast. Man. But but the bottom line is, I could see when Microsoft is out here flexing, MM and Eddie, man, like they have enough, but they have more money than Sony. We know this. If they wanted to play dirty ball, this is why I always say, man, if these companies like Google and Microsoft and Amazon and whoever else, if they want to play dirty ball, they can get dirty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this right here is just a smart strategic business move, one that helps GameStop and one that favors benefits Microsoft, man. So I think, I like the move. I'm not gonna lie to you. And MM, I'm 65% Stadia right now. I'm not gonna lie because it's that technology that's just blowing my mind. That it's the newest, greatest thing to me because I've done consoles for generations and generations. But man, this right here, this is pretty interesting.
Your thoughts, Eddie, before we move on?
No, I'm good.
He said I'm good. So Eddie, just for the record, and again, because you have I think out of all of us, you have the most vast experience in the type of technology that's being presented here, right?
Right.
Your thoughts on this? Really a nothing burger, right? Is those your thoughts?
I would say it's
okay. Gotcha.
Big Mac with no meat, no cheese, and no.
Get him out of here. Get this Eddie got the hell out of here, man.
Maybe they will add fries to that, but I'm not.
Hey, man, so it's not doing anything for you. Like, you can go ahead and keep on moving. And Eddie was interested. You're about to cop the Series Series S, right?
Right.
You're still planning to do that. Yeah, man.
Exactly.
I know you're going to have a lot of fun on that thing, too. I already know. But, yeah, that is an interesting take.
Very interesting take, definitely. But I love it. So with that said, okay, we talked about Outcasters. Guys, we talked about this. That was our breaking news. And we spent 40 more minutes into this. People was like, man, we ain't come here for that trash.
Yeah.
Let's talk
keep
about
it real, man.
Exactly. Let's talk about now the big whoop to do. The diddly do. All right. And that is Baldur's Gate 3. While we're talking about that, let me just throw this on the screen right here. This is some gameplay from the homie Project Storm. He got the crispiest game streams on YouTube.
You know what it is.
I hope it's not choppy right now. You know what I'm saying? It looked like it started out a little choppy, but
bro, how do you get your Baldur's Gate to look like that? Man,
look, man, I'll say this to you right here. It can look better, y'all. If you think it looks good once you go see it in 4K, man, stop by Project Store and you'll see the logo. You'll find my 4K content or whatever, man. But I appreciate you showing this, bro. Mm-hmm. But the game blew me away because Eddie, we knew it looked good. Me, you, Chase, and everybody else celebrated the fact that the game was coming. Early access and all, man. We did our predictions. Yeah, the early access. So we did our predictions and everything. We had a whole lot of fun. Now the early access is here. Mm-hmm. And I'm calling it the game because it is a damn game. It's just the early access version of the game. So, but when I saw it, I was like, I expect some glitches, a couple bugs here and there. And I saw those. And I know I'll see them again. But it wasn't as widespread as I thought it was going to be, for one. The game itself, when it comes to the polish, when it comes to the dialogue and everything like that, spot on. When it comes to the graphics, MM2K, man, spot on. Even like some people had fears and issues, but concerns about the controller setup. Mm-hmm. I went into this is all controller gameplay right now. So I'm managing everything on the controller, no problems, no real issues. All I needed to do was get used to the Y button, and I was cycling through the different abilities and all that stuff, man. The game is dope, man.
Yep. Eddie, what are your thoughts? And again, hold on, before you get into this thoughts, I did look at the stream. See what we see behind the scenes, guys, is different from what you see on stream. This doesn't do it any justice. Before we end the show or in the comment section, I'm gonna drop a link to this stream from Storm so you can see it. But definitely, this is not what you're seeing on screen, doesn't do it justice. But Eddie, what's your thoughts on the game so far?
All right, did we lose him? Did he cut out?
Oh no, he'll be right back. So
okay.
right. Well, while we're waiting for Eddie to come back, let me give my thoughts on the game, man, real quick.
Because I wanted to take some more time, man.
No.
That's not fair, man. That's not fair.
No. Go ahead, bro.
No.
Go ahead. And look, man.
Hey,
look,
check it out.
because let's be real,
how we do, man.
I'm frauding, man. I only had like an hour with the game, and 20% of that was actually fighting. The other 80%.
I had about 3 and
okay,
one of those hours was just looking at textures and the visuals and stuff, man. I literally stayed on that flying whatever the hell it is right there for like an hour just looking at graphics, man, looking into the sunset and everything. And so when you see me staying still, it's because I'm looking around at the polish, like the details on whatever the hell is around me. It's ridiculous, man. So that's what I'm saying. And I wasn't expecting that level of polish, especially on Stadia. Yeah, like cloud streaming game that just dropped in early access. Now I got a couple crashes back to the desktop, not the desktop, but the damn, what you call it, man, the home screen or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
and that happens from time to time. Like we always say, Stadia is not 100% perfect. It's about 90. It's about 95 though. You know what I'm saying? So things like this are gonna happen, man. But other than that, when I was into that game, I was transported to the world, bro. I was immediately lost into the world and the lore and everything that was going on. The characters, as you see me, I'm walking around, man. I'm trying to see the characters that's on the ground. I'm trying to talk to everybody, and there's different ways you can go back and play it, man. But go ahead, man, because you know you got to stop me,
bro. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm saying there's different ways that you can go back and redo this. Like the first time I tried, I forgot to save my progress, so I started back where I was, and people know what I'm talking about. Like I don't want to I won't give away spoilers, but there's one time when you walk up on something in the game early on, you'll say, "Damn, bro, what is this?" You're gonna say, "Damn, bro."
Yeah.
And at that point, I was like, "You got to be kidding me!" And we had already seen some of this gameplay, like bits and pieces from Sven. I can't remember how to pronounce his name. But Sven, how you say that? Sven.
Yeah, you got it.
Whatever, man. I know it's
he said whatever the hell it is.
I can't do the accent like that, but man, look, the game is dope.
Yeah,
it's dope. I can't wait to jump back into it. See, games like this, I put aside for a little bit, MM2K, and it's like fine wine, man. And then when I jump back in, I'm lost. Games like this, and I still haven't completed God of War and Gears of War 5 and certain games like that I just like. I don't know. I let them season up, you know. So this is one of those games that I know I'll get lost in, bro.
Is Eddie back yet? I'm sitting there putting up the. Okay, Eddie, what are your thoughts, Eddie, on this game that you've played so far? How many hours do you have in it so far? If you don't mind me asking.
To be honest, I have a few hours. It has been crazy days after I did the first live stream.
Okay.
So I didn't have the opportunity to go a lot further on the game. But my first impressions, man, for a early access game, I know it's full price, but an early access game, and which, by the way, did you already said which was the most sold game on Steam currently?
Oh no, I didn't do that yet, brother. I ain't do that yet. I
can't believe that's even true. Is that? Oh, go ahead. I can't wait to get to that now.
Oh, I can pull it up right now. Hold on. Let me do this. Let me
While you're doing that right here, wait, Chain Drive 30 right here in the house says during the 360 PS3 era, the game styles where I live were slanted towards Xbox last gen. It changed. Will be interesting to see if and how it flips back. Frankly, I'm unbothered by it. Smart play. Yes, sir. I agree with you. Rick Tone done came in here. See, Rick Tone's feeling good right now, y'all. He's making that crispy content too. You know what I'm saying? He's feeling real good. Yes. I got to make sure, hey, I'm gonna send the goons over there, Rick Tone, man. He's threatening my 4K quality, bro.
Is he? Oh, is he?
Nah. That's the bro, man. You know, Rick Tone, man, can hit me up anytime.
I love Rick
and
Tone.
I'll be like, look, man, I tell you everything I know. He knows how we do. But he did say something right here. Is Baldur's Gate? How did you know, man? Is Baldur's Gate on consoles? Let me answer that. Nope. LOL. That's laugh out loud.
To your point, Eddie, and you can continue to talk through this. I'm just going to show this real quick. Baldur's Gate. So I threw this out there because we got my Xbox brethren, and again, nothing against them. This is something that they want to tout and be happy about. That's great. It's just a lot of people were saying to me, oh, who cares? Nobody cares about Baldur's Gate. It's trash, this and that, right? And so then I said, oh, okay, all right, well, let me show you something. And I said, guess the top seller on Steam. Now, if you can't play it on PC, guess what the only other place is to play it without the downloads and storage and hefty cost of hardware to worry about, of course, Stadia Cloud Kings. And so here it goes at the top of this top sellers. Top sellers is Baldur's Gate on Steam.
Early access, man?
Early access on Steam. And then when you look at the reviews, it's very positive. So this is going to be high up on the chart for a while. And then when you continue on, I just had to throw the Stadia logo up there.
Yes, sir.
And lastly, I got to hit you with the Old Spice face. You know what I'm saying? Just so you realize. You realize, you done effed up, right? You done effed up. But go ahead, Eddie. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You were bringing up the point about the sales on Steam and so forth.
No, but the game looks great for me, man. I had a great experience in playing the game. It is so cool how you can switch between keyboard and mouse and controller instantaneously. Mm-hmm. It's like I have both synced up. I was playing on PC. I would move around, and then I would say, okay, let me do this on keyboard and mouse because I don't know how to do it on the controller. And then I will click, or as you say, I would tippity tap.
Yep.
And it would work, man. So
okay.
There are a lot of people, I know Chase specifically, he is a huge controller fan other than keyboard and mouse. So the game is looking phenomenal. I cannot wait to go back and put more hours to it. And especially, we can talk about as well. There's a guy streaming right now, and do you want to tell that story, Em?
Oh yeah. I mean, hold on 1 second. Let me pull that up too. Hold on. Let me get that. Go ahead.
While you're doing that, I was going to ask you, MM2K and Eddie, is it so far worth your $60 so far?
Yes.
Mine too.
You know why?
I forgot I paid him. I forgot I paid him the damn money. I thought I was playing on Pro.
It's only 25 hours. It's only early access. But you already have
only 25 hours.
Once this thing it's complete and it's ready to roll, you already have paid for it. And you're already having fun with it.
Right, man.
And this is why I love early access. I love the advent of it. A lot of people don't like it, Eddie and Storm, but I like it. I'm a PC guy, in a lot of ways. But I love the fact that I could try PUBG in early access, Arma 3 in early access, because what that does is it lets me get in on the front end of the game being developed, and I can see the core mechanics and test them out and see if I like them. And then I can, gradually see the changes and see it getting better. And it's people like us who help invest in games early through early access. It keeps the leverage and the power in the developer's hand instead of the greedy publishers. That's why I'm all for early access. This allows Larian Studios to have more control over the development, opposed to going to 80,000 people, getting investments, and then having to, deal with certain time frames. We see a lot of that from, we'll talk about it later with Cyberpunk 2077. We see the pressure that they're getting because they've had to take the other road. But believe you me, don't be mad at early access. Early access, when used right, is a great model. Again, it allows capital to go back to the developers so that they ain't got to go to outside entities and get capital and then be held to tough restraints and timelines. But here, let me go back to let me go to this. So this is crazy stories, a tweet that I had out there earlier. Crazy story. Streamer Wolfhard FPS, and shout out to him. I followed him. You know what I mean? And I recommend that anybody
Me too,
that
man.
is
I sub. Definitely sub.
Yep.
Go ahead. Sorry, it's just I was finishing my chips here, and I didn't want to come in with a full mouth. The early access here, the most important thing is not giving money for the developers so they can continue. Mm-hmm. It's freaking data, and we saw when they did that panel from how they are using the data.
Yep. Yes, sir. Yeah. And we know that they've done this with
players
Divinity.
are going to go to this region. These players are going to have this kind of interaction. So they can use all of that, be our business analysts, business intelligence, machine learning, all with the data that they're collecting with the early access.
Yes, sir. And even if they didn't do that, Eddie, it's still dope as hell. It's worth my 60 that I dropped. Because guess what? I paid $60 and I played some trash for that 60. So it is what it is at the end of the day, man. Games like PUBG and all these games, you know, they wouldn't. And I got over 5,000-6,000 hours I may be on that pub. And PUBG is just, hey, look, it was in early access, man. $30. I jumped in. Is the single, I think it's my most played game ever by now, man. But go ahead, though, Emma.
No, that's a great point. Those are both great points. Everybody, do me a huge favor. Hit that like button. Let people know that we're live because this game is going to be a phenomenon. We've already seen it. If you go to Metacritic, except for the one Ars Technica hater out there, the guy from Ars Technica, he said, I put 12 hours into Baldur's Gate, and I wish I could get those 12 hours back because he wants Baldur's Gate to be like Wasteland. Because Wasteland, what they do is they put fateful choices in front of you, and that's why the game is called Wasteland. It's called, it's called that because it's a dire situation. Baldur's Gate is beyond a dire situation. There are conversations that can lead to dire elements, but it's all about doing grandiose, big time stuff. So Baldur's Gate is on a bigger scale. So I don't know if you're, need counseling or something like that, and you're upset and you don't like your life and you want nothing but Wasteland type of conversations in your games. Okay, fine. But that's not what Baldur's Gate ain't limited itself to just doom and gloom. It's about being grandiose. And everybody else that are out there on Metacritic right now, even though they haven't dropped scores, everybody else is indicating that. They're saying in early access, this game is better than full retail clean games. That's amazing. So go to Metacritic and look up those comments out there. Let me read this real quick and get you guys' thoughts on this. So this is a crazy story. Streamer Wolfheart, FPS, goes to play Baldur's Gate 3. And he wanted to natively play it via Steam. He can't get it to work. He remembers it's on Stadia and boots it up. He rocks out the rest of the stream with 4,000 people watching. And so far, and I make this 2 days ago, this could be wrong. So far, 53,000 views total. And what you'll want to do is, and I'll put this link out there too, is start from the 36-minute mark and you'll see all the magic happen with him playing on Stadia. And he's like, hey, look, guys, I'm going to stick with Stadia on a lot of my gameplay. And he's sent out another tweet today. What do you guys think about this dynamic, about this big-time YouTuber getting so many? He said before this, though, guys, that his record was only 263 people at one time. He got up to 4,000 people.
Man.
Crazy. What do you guys think about all this?
Eddie might want to, man. Do you want to go first, Eddie? Because I have a whole lot on that one.
I do. So check this out. Actually, he tweeted later. He said, I get a record-breaking stream. He had over 5K people watching.
Wow.
And his previous record was about 200, less than 300 people. Prop to the guy. He did over 80 Baldur's Gate 3 videos before the game launching. So he's a huge fan.
Okay.
And so well-deserved, the viewers and the game. Now it's fun. I had some laughing because I went back and watched a little bit of his stream. And it was okay, it's on Stadia. All right, so I'm going to purchase. Okay, I just received the confirmation. And then he starts staring at the play button without knowing what to do. And he goes, all right, guys, I think it's ready. I think it's loading. And he continues to stare for like 2 minutes. Yeah. Then he clicks on the play button. Guys, it's working. Oh my God, it's working. But go ahead, Storm.
Hey, no, man. I was just going to say YouTube, man. Hey, good old YouTube right there. And see, people, when they had this conversation about YouTube and its capabilities and all this, and MM did a great job breaking down those numbers and that data that in a way that only he can do. So that it's just a feel good story, man. I went and checked it out. I forgot who told me about this guy. I don't know if I saw the tweet from MM first, probably MM2K, man. Most likely. I saw the tweet. I immediately went over there, checked the video out. By then, the live stream was over. and it was at 53,000 views, 53,000 plus. So I'm like, damn. When I watched it and I saw this guy's excitement about the fact that Stadia has this early access game as well, day and date with PC.
Yep.
I mean, just to see, like, all right, so when you see the look on this guy's face, the energy and everything, excitement, that's how it just reminded me of how me and Bibbidi Bop and Rick Tone and other people, MM2K and Eddie and so many other people, how we're feeling about this platform and the fact that YouTube is owned by Google. And that's just a glimpse. That's like one grain of sand on the beach. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the possibilities and the potential of Stadia as a platform, like, it's crazy, man. Like I have to throw this out there. I'm not afraid. There's no shameless plug or anything, but a dude like me who plays games on all platforms, y'all. I call myself the eclectic gamer. That means I play a very assortment of content on multiple platforms. I don't fanboy. I will call out the truth. I love Stadia right now because it's new technology. It works the best. If Geforce now came out 4K 60, I don't know if I'll be talking so much Stadia right now. It's that simple. You know what I mean? But Stadia is there's something special about this and YouTube, the integration that could potentially come in the near future. Man, yo, yeah, hey man, I don't know, y'all. I just get excited about the whole thing. So when I see it, for me to get that code, I was gonna say Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 3 is just taking over, man. The damn tadpole is in my brain, y'all. The tadpole is it entered my eye, and it's in my brain, man. It's embedded in my brain now. But the Orcs Must Die 3 code that I gave out, man, the giveaway that I did, again, thanks to Google Stadia, they noticed a cat like me who was just trying to play my games and record these games at the highest fidelity possible so that I can go back, or my son can go back and look one day. That's the real reason. I don't do it for the money. MM2K talks about it all the time. He doesn't do it for the money. This dude, I don't know if y'all know this, but I gotta do it though. I have to tell you that. I gotta remind you that the brother has more than one YouTube channel, and they're right there around that coveted 1,000 mark that many of us want to try to get to if you're making content. You know what I mean? So that's why we do it, is what I'm saying, man. Because that story, yo, you know what I'm talking about, Eddie, MM. If y'all watched this dude and you didn't get excited for this guy, if you was a hater and you watched that and you were still a hater when you came out of that, I don't know what's going on, man. Check yourself.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that still, like, here's the thing that boggles me. And I said this in my open mic the other day. Gaming is going to change, whether y'all like it or not. It's going to change. Now, does it mean that when it changes, it purges your dedicated device solution? Absolutely not. There's still CDs in Walmart. You know what I'm saying? It's just that in larger numbers, people are preferring digital purchases, but you can still go get your CD if you want your CD. You still got your CD Walkman. You know, you can still do that, right? You know, and not even in 2025, it's like projected in like maybe 2028, 2029, that cloud gaming is going to be a big slither out of the gaming pie. And that's fine. And it's not going to be the end of the world, y'all. It's something that's going to be more prevalent to the younger gamer. It's going to be some part of their ecosystem, but it's something that we can get to see grow now. And the thing that I don't get is, even if you go buy a $500 Xbox or PlayStation, who says that you can't try a game or two out on Google Stadia? If you see a game on Stadia and you're like, oh, I want to try out Baldur's Gate, it's not coming to my platform anytime soon, let me try it out. Nothing is stopping you. You don't have to turn in your Xbox or your PlayStation to do it, nor do you have to buy another console to do it. Just buy the game.
I remember, you know what? Something's very interesting. I got a message a few minutes ago saying, "Oh man, I cannot wait to subscribe to Stadia to play Baldur's Gate." Say, you don't need to.
You don't need to.
You just buy the game and play.
But here's the thing, Eddie. This is the problem with this. Now, Stadia put out that great ad, the ad that we all, sorry for lack of a better. Well, no, I ain't gonna say that. I won't say that loud on there. I won't say one of my puns. But I'll say that we all got excited over. I was about to use one of my. Y'all know what my pun.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, keep it right, man.
We gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it PG. But we got all excited over it, right? And it's out there in the ethos. Now I've been watching the tracking. I've been watching third-party publications that normally hammer Stadia say, "Oh, this is a great ad. This should have been the ad that they used a long time ago." So the information is out there. But here's the problem. Out of that fear that we talked about earlier, the fear of losing their dedicated device solution, people want to remain ignorant. And unfortunately, the vast majority of the listening public, they don't do their own diligence like you and I, Eddie, or Storm, or anybody else that watches here. You know what I mean? They don't do their own due diligence. They just listen and accept. And until cloud gaming gets out of the 8th percentile, when it's like 20 or 30, you're still going to have that same ignorance. And we can't blame Google Stadia for the bulk of that ignorance anymore because they're putting it out there. It is this mainstream media that wants to remain ignorant, that wants you to remain ignorant, rather, because they have an agenda. So it's a shame, like you said, Eddie, you don't have, if anybody that is listening outside of the normal Stadia community, you don't have to subscribe to Stadia. You can just pay the price of your game and enjoy as soon as you buy it, just like the homie, what's his name did. I don't think he did he subscribe, Eddie, to Stadia Pro? He just bought the game, right?
Yeah, I think he just bought the game.
There you go.
Yeah. And then during the stream, Steam reached out to him, I think, and gave him a free code. And then I'm sure. Do you think Stadia noticed that stream?
Yeah.
No, they did because later down the day when he posted on Twitter saying, "Hey, thanks everybody." Stadia went over his Twitter and replied something. And we know that the people from Google was jumping over streams of Baldur's Gate. We had people coming to my stream.
Oh, yeah.
Bill from StadiaCast did a stream and have people going over there as well. And so did on his stream.
And I missed the party, Eddie.
Was the biggest on YouTube for Baldur's Gate.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Yeah, that's great. I know Sonny had one popping and yeah, man. So that's good to see. That was good to see, man. I don't know if you wanted to tackle that during the show, but I'm glad you gave us a chance to
go ahead. Go ahead. You hit it.
Man, that was dope. That was dope. Just the fact that, that they are paying attention to what's going on, man. I watched your show. I went back and watched it, Eddie. And when Grace popped up, you're like, "Hey," and then you were like, "Hey, Grace," and then you kept on going, man. I was like, "Yo," that was me. I would have been like, "Yo, Grace, what's going on?" You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fanboy like that. But it's just good when they show love, man. I get high on that type of that type of love that's shown, man. You know me, I'm always out here trying to support everybody, do what I have to do. So I'm one of those dudes that's really serious when I say, if you watch my back, man, I watch yours. This is how we do things. If you don't burn me, you don't put the dagger in my back, then we're cool. That's really what I believe in, man. So just wanted to touch on that.
I want to throw this in there real quick, and then there's actually a question for you guys. I'll get to it in the chat. Yeah, you guys know I love the platform, and I talked about this in the PNTS Patreon about where I stand with the platform. I love it. The one thing that I, which I think they're getting a lot better at, and it really, I think we could talk about this too. I think they've hired, I don't know what they did. Whatever they did is magical. They've hired or revamped the marketing strategy or whatever the case may be, whatever it is, kudos to you guys. But I've always said that the community engagement was always something that could be desired, right? And they're doing it. Grace popping up in streams. Like, it's great to get people over. And I talked about the data and how they've hit over 1,000% in certain areas. And that's all great to talk about, but there's no better feeling to show support to the people that have helped put the platform on your back. So it's great, Google, to see you popping up in streams, and don't stop it. Don't make this be a temporary thing. Like, there has to be that consistent community engagement. And I'm going to say this until I kill over. I think long-term, what would be great for the platform is if they do something once a month, the Stadia Pulse. 15 minutes of just regurgitating. I hate for lack of a better term, for just rehashing your community blogs for the month, and take 5 minutes to highlight an Eddie or Sonny or somebody like that. And you know what I'm saying? Do it once a month to show that community engagement, because that's what's key. That's what's key. If you want to be tech that goes into the future, you got to be a tech that reaches out in the future in all elements. And I think that would be something key. So it's definitely great that you guys are doing it, and keep it up.
Yep.
Can I reiterate on that?
Go ahead, Eddie.
Because thinking on the ad again.
I'm glad you said that. I was just thinking to add, Eddie. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
We gotta understand we have our community here, and which are focused on Stadia. But I understand that they need to reach larger audience. That's why they use, for example, Lamar Wilson on the ad.
Yep.
So that is cool. That was amazingly cool when I think it was the beginning of the year or last year. I don't even remember anymore. When Meg was featured on the Connect with Tom as well. So they are doing stuff. I know they did that just once, but it is cool that they are doing stuff, and just by showing by the streams. But if the focus right now is having more people to try the service, definitely they need to do stuff with more bigger creators.
Yeah, casual. Yep, absolutely.
Like as you said, casual, which is like people who do variety streams of everything. Not like, okay, this guy is a Call of Duty player and he only plays Call of Duty. Doesn't make any sense. Approach him to do something.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah.
People said Wolfhard had about 1,000 views on. Look, I look at it like this, guys. Which again, like to Eddie's point, they're doing it. I don't know if they hired somebody. I don't know what, or could this? You know what? Let me throw this question out there. Do you guys think, like I do, that they possibly hired somebody, or they had this planned all along and they said, okay, Amazon's about to drop, new consoles is coming, people question about Uplay Plus, now it's time to turn it up. That they had this playbook all along and they were holding it. What do you guys think?
Man, run that by me again. I was talking to the boy Hyperfang, man. You know what I'm saying? Hyperfang showed up in the building. Yeah, what you run that by me one more time?
No, the question is, the marketing definitely has turned up 1,000 times over. I mean, with that commercial and the engagement. Do you guys think that this is something that they said, okay, we got to go back to the drawing board and do something new? Or do we think that this was part of the game plan all along? And they said, okay, we're just letting this bake until the right time to come out of the gates like this. What are you guys' thoughts?
All right. Well, if you don't mind, Eddie, I'll go ahead and jump on it first, man. I think that we've in the community, we've made so much noise for the right reasons and sometimes even for the wrong reasons, but we make noise about how we feel. You know what I mean? So it's not, let me clarify. It's never wrong to give our opinion on the platform if you are buying into it, if you're a consumer, right? But what I'm saying is that we talked about this and some of us was like, yo, man, that will come. There will be a time like they just had to gather it all up. They had to go to the meetings. They had to get in the room with the whiteboard and continue to have these discussions, so to speak. And you know, I think that it was inevitable. I don't think people have seen what they're really going to do, because Phil Harrison keeps popping up, man, and he'll just remind you, like, hey, wait a minute, man, I'm still here. Like, hold up. Yeah. Just because you're not seeing me and John Justice and everybody, that doesn't mean that we're not hard at work. You get what I'm saying? Like we hear you. And Phil, hey, Xbox does a good job of that. They're out there listening. Phil reminds you and stuff like that. So we were talking about the GameStop move earlier. Things like this. Now, these are the things that get me excited about gaming. You know that I'm excited today, right? Because I'm talking so much. I can't shut up. I get overly passionate, man. This is what I like to see across the board. And I think Google will continue to do this. I think this is just a start. I think they are ready. They know that they are going to blow people away with certain announcements this fall now, not even 2021 yet, but this fall. If we're getting excited about little things like Sabrina and the fact that, you know, or whatever, just if we're engaging in this kind of conversation, imagine when they really drop something that we just wasn't expecting. Because we know that right now they're the kings not only of the cloud, but they're the kings of the stealth drops too. You know, so look, man, it gets me sitting up in my chair.
Eddie, what are your thoughts? Do you think that this whole this new marketing campaign is something that is new, that they said they went back to the drawing board and redid everything, or do you think this is something that they had planned all along and they said we just ain't got to go hard? Oh, now it's time for us to go a little harder. What do you think?
I think it's a little bit of both.
Okay,
like they had planned, but they also were listening to not the whole community, but how Stadia was perception over everywhere, and everywhere also everyone will always say, "Oh, I need to pay for Stadia. I need to pay a subscription model." That's the one thing that they keep highlighting on the ad, saying it's all right if you don't subscribe. You don't subscribe. You just play the games that you want. So I think they were listening to articles, listening to the media, listening to everybody, and what was the false statements that everybody was posing of. And they said, all right, we got to fight back with power on these subjects. And I don't remember who coined the term, but the ad that we saw is a perfect ad for a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I know it's quite long, but you can have a few bits here and there, and it's a perfect ad for a Super Bowl. Like,
yeah. I totally agree. I
agree as well with Luis here in chat. He's saying it does feel like they were focusing in something else, like tech or bringing other developers, and now it's time to invest in promoting the platform, especially on that ad when they advocate so much. Like they were showing up the biggest titles that's coming out in the next 4 months.
Yep. And then Mike. I was sorry. I was going after you because Michael said something right under that I agree with as well. And basically he says they need to also focus on the mobile market. And I've heard Eddie, I know I've heard you talk about the mobile market. Right. Chase have talked about it. So many people have a Clog Plus controller smartphone attachment available in stores. Speaking of stores, we just had the Best Buy news that we covered last week, or was that last week or the week before? Recently, the Best Buy. Yeah, so man, I could see them having something like that bundled in these stores, and that's what I mean. With he says with a few months of pro and bundle games, but that's what I'm talking about. Like this is just the beginning. When we talk about baby steps, man, so many people like Clive and Rev and so many others in the community, man, when they talk about the fact that this platform is a year one platform, it's hard to believe because we keep hearing Google, and they've been in the game for a minute, man. They're like they multi-billion-dollar corporation. Yeah, but man, they are just getting their feet wet in this whole thing. They have to learn, they have to crawl before they walk. So yeah, that's all.
Cool. Shout out to Avery in the chat. What's going on, Avery? Good to see you, my good friend.
Shout out to Ashes in the chat.
Yep,
shout out to Ashes in the chat. Trash Mom. You know what it is.
He says, hey, Avery. So here's my question. Because shout out to the homie Cold Blood Sensei. Yeah, I'm calling you out. I'm doing double time on my victory that I got on you the other day. So my question to you guys is, Cold Blood Sensei had made a comment. He said, well, look, you can show me the Steam volume all you want, man. I don't care. Its success on Steam did nothing for Stadia. And we showed you where the one streamer, had his highest volume while streaming it on Stadia. He had his highest volume ever. 5,000 people, Eddie said, at one time while streaming on Stadia.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? I don't know who wants to take this first.
All right, Eddie, because I'm excited right now. Eddie got to go first. Man.
How big is this game for Stadia?
First of all, the game is huge. I know maybe Cold Blood doesn't care about RPGs, but if he goes on Twitch right now, as Ray was showing here, how many again? Let me scroll back a little bit because Ray was saying it is on the top 10 games over Twitch right now. Yeah. 33K viewers on Twitch right now.
Wow.
That's crazy.
So it is on the top 10 lists of games over Twitch. There are people who said, I've been waiting for this game for 20 years. I know, maybe it's not his cup of tea and he doesn't care about RPGs. I understand. But saying that the game like this, it's not big, it's false.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
Or he's saying it's not big for Stadia. He said that it's not doing anything for Stadia.
No, it's not doing anything for Stadia. I'm going to use the example a little bit that I saw from the stream from Wolf FPS again. There were people on his chat who would go like, oh my God, I wish I could play this game. My computer is too old.
Yep.
He will go, you can. Go and check it out on Stadia. I'm playing on Stadia right now. You can play on any computer that you want.
Yep.
Because the specs for this, the 150 downloads on Steam, which, by the way, it was very cool when Stadia said, our thoughts and prayers go to those ones downloading.
Yeah, major shade. Major shade.
Oh, go ahead, the project.
Hey, man. Look. I don't know. I just get caught up, MM2K and Eddie, man, when I just keep thinking about the possibilities of what just happened with this guy. And so do you think that the brother, what's his name, Wolf? I know Wolf was in it, Wolf Hart.
Yeah.
I'm like, do you think now that he might be considering Stadia a lot more after that?
No, he said it himself on Twitter. He said, if I can find it, let me see if I can find it. He said,
man, because see,
well, today he was streaming on Stadia, and we know he has a Steam key. He could be streaming on using the PC version, but he continued playing using the Stadia version
on Stadia
and crossplay.
Wow!
Sorry.
And if that's me, how can I not? If that's me, how can I not at that point? When that type of success has come my way, man. Some people don't get that in 5-10 years, man. That amount of traffic. So that's why I always tell people, if you're making content, if you're playing these games, man, you know what I'm saying? Hit that record button if you can. Hit that stream button, because you never know what might happen. You know, like it's so cool, y'all. I know y'all don't like to give out top secrets, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm always trying to pry these secrets out of them. How do you get people to visit your and have a conversation and all these things, right? And I can't give you the answers, because then he'll be mad because he makes me join. I had to join the Patreon myself, $1 in the dream. You know what I'm saying? Some good content on there, by the way, y'all. Keep in mind, there's some great content. I joke around. If you're tuning in for the first time, man, we joke around. We have fun. This is a place of fun. We want people to come in here and laugh. Definitely talk gaming, but man, this is what we do. So I think it's big for people that's jumping in, man, aspiring content creators that I always talk about, man. It just, again, it makes me happy. It makes me want to go out there and make some content myself, man. So that's the drive that it created for me.
So here's the tweet from Wolfhard. He says, hey, welcome to the channel, Stadia fans. And I can't remember the exact number, but his viewership went up significantly. Hey, welcome to the channel, Stadia fans. I'll be sure to do some more streams on Stadia in the future. I'm impressed. I repeat, if y'all didn't hear me, let me do it one more time. Hey, welcome to the channel, Stadia fans. I'll be sure to do some more streams on Stadia in the future. I'm impressed.
Hey, nah, he didn't just say, hey, he said, hey.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling good right now.
Let me spell it out. IMPRESSED. I'm impressed.
So
the guy has 53,000 subs and counting.
53,000. Hey, Cold Blood Sensei, where are you, man? Where are we when we need you, man? Where are you right now? You know what I'm saying? We need you to comment on that. Can we get an impressive from Cold Blood Sensei is what I'm trying to do.
You know we ain't getting that.
Hey, and that right there, bro. Again, it's just a reminder, man. I don't know. I've already said it enough times, man. I'm done with it. It just shows you the potential reach that this platform has. Like overnight, I keep talking about how the growth could just skyrocket, how the reach and everything, man, the marketability or whatever of the platform is just it's just there. It's in a basket, man. So I'll leave it right there, man. I'll leave it right there. I feel like
Asher says, damn, MM2K going all Aretha Franklin in here.
No, he will. No, he will.
Ryan Hudson says, when is the next podcast and where? Well, you know what? Let's that's a perfect segue. I think we've gloated over Baldur's Gate enough. I will say this though. I checked the tracking. And I will say that tracking for Baldur's Gate 3 actually was a lot lower than Stadia until the release of Baldur's Gate 3, the game. And once the mainstream media got overjoyed with Baldur's Gate 3, that tracking for Baldur's Gate 3 shot up. It shot up over Stadia, but Stadia went up as well. So again, of course, we don't have raw numbers, but all common sense litmuses show us that Baldur's Gate 3 definitely is helping out Stadia. So, and Ryan Hudson says, when is the next podcast and where? Well, we're about to get into that because we got a new segment, guys, at least for this week, and y'all let us know what you think about it. We got a new segment. That new segment is called Panel World. Now, what we're going to be doing in Panel World is we got great talent here on this panel, and we want to highlight the things that they're doing across their different channels. So we're going to start with Eddie first. Eddie, this week, and then we're going to talk about things that we're going to highlight, and then other things that I may have not brought up at first are going to talk about as well. But just so you guys know what's going on in their channels. So let me do this. Eddie, you premiered a new show the other day, right?
Yeah.
You want to talk about this new show, my good friend?
Yes. So before talking about the show, let me just a quick background story. I was listening to a podcast from Bill from Stadia Cast. It's called 143 Pixels. When he goes and he talks about video games, he have a guest and he talks about video games that this guest loves. I listened to a few episodes. I love the concept, and I said, "Oh, well, I want to do something similar." And then the Trash Mob show was born. We did it yesterday, the very first show. If you don't know what Trash Mob is, I highly recommend you to watch this show because we explain the origins of the Trash Mob clan, which Ashes right here on chat is one of the founders of the Trash Mob clan, and how the Trash Mob evolved, how the Trash Mob came to be with the Stadia community, especially with The Division. And then we spend about an hour talking about everything we like and we love about The Division 2. How many hours we have on that game, the lore of the game, the future of the game, the DLCs, everything, like weapons, like literally everything from the game. This show is going to happen every Wednesday. It's me, Megatron X, and Link TV, when we will be talking about one specific game available on Stadia each week. Next week, we still don't know which game we will be talking about. But if you visit my Twitter profile, guys, there's a poll going on right on the pin Twitter. And you can vote and help us decide which will be the next game. Probably it looks like it's going to be not Assassins. There's Agent 43.
Oh, yeah, Hitman. Agent 47.
47.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Hey, it's all right, man. Shit, it probably was a 43rd agent for him to get to 47. You know what I'm saying? It's 47 agents. I see it.
True. But I love the show, guys. You guys should check it out, listen to it. And it's gonna be a short show. We plan to do a short show, but whenever we have a lot of game stuff to talk about that game, it will be about an hour show.
Okay, cool, awesome. That is awesome. And speaking of the Trash Mob, we got members of the Trash Mob clan in the chat. We got Ray Sherrod, Trash Mob. Then I am proud to say that I am part of the Division Trash Mob clan. You know, we got to get to, and so is Storm. And we got to get together as the elite unit again and tackle that summit, man. Me and Storm did a little bit of that summit the other day, and whoo, that's some good stuff.
Yeah. I predicted that we would get to level 15, floor 15, man. We made it to what? Well, can we tell them? Can we tell them, man?
We can tell them, but if they want to see it, which is fantastic, they better join. They got to join that Patreon. It's only $1.
Yeah, man, that right there is one you don't want to miss because I made a prediction, and I don't know. We might have we might have met the prediction. I don't know. But you know, for me, man, Eddie, I was in the show, checked out the Trash Mob. You know, I stopped by for a little bit, and I went back and watched some more of it today, man. And Link has that knowledge, bro, the vast knowledge that everybody leans on. Link TV, shout out to the dude. He breaks things down in a way like, damn, I mean, like how can anybody even know this much about a damn game? Same thing with Destiny and other games. Assassin's Creed, he just always gets deep into the game, so he's the person that I always shout out.
Deeply knows the lore.
Yeah, and the lore, man. So that's me. I don't have that kind of discipline and determination, and dedication, man, and patience and stuff. But for me, man, I just what I'm doing right now is I'm working on a series of all different types. It's like a whole cocktail full of content, man. Just drop. I'm always trying to push Stadia to its limits. So when I do these triple 4K streams, man. I always put the hashtag out there on Twitter, man, to let people know that when I say triple 4K, what I mean by that is the Stadia, the CCU is set at 4K. The Streamlabs I'm using is set at 4K. And 9 out of 10 times I have a window or something open in 4K as well, watching the actual stream live and interacting with the chat, man. It's just it. And I do that to push the tech because a lot of people are saying Stadia is laggy. I remember the Washington Post article, man. And that's why I kind of do what I do. You know, for the Washington Post article or the Digital Foundry that gave their version of their experience with Doom Eternal. Whereas I'm sitting here and I'm like, well, this game looks crispy and feels good. Like, is it me? Or is it, or you know what I'm saying? So I do it for that reason, just to show people that now, yeah, you do have to have decent internet, right? You have to have, I have a gigabit down and up. And I always tell people there's no shame, no secret in my game. My PC is not the most, it's not a $4,000 PC. It's basically a mid-tier PC. But because of cloud gaming, I can stream at higher levels than I normally would be able to. Now, I do plan to upgrade, but that's something that's going to be coming in the near future. I do eventually plan to get these consoles. That could happen day one if I get lucky. That could happen a couple weeks down the line, so I can, you know, when I look at it and see which one. But I can't see myself not having these consoles is what I'm saying when I think about it, because I call myself an all-around eclectic gamer. So with that being said, I'm making content in every form or fashion, you know what I'm saying, for people. And I kind of like, see, I have this thing with 4K, this fascination. You know what I mean? So I have to put it out there in 4K. I think it's the best way to show out these platforms. So that's what I'll be doing more of. And the storm is unpredictable, y'all. I always tell people, so subscribe, turn notifications on, because you never want to miss that storm, man. There's always something around the corner. I spit bars on these streams sometimes. I do it all, man. You never know. Chris knows what I'm talking about. He's heard the bars. Next week go hard, and other people has heard these bars, man. So it's just all my love of gaming, man. So I appreciate it, MM. I appreciate the opportunity to let me and Eddie, you know, highlight and discuss what we're doing, man. That's dope. Let's continue this panel world, man. Hashtag it. Panel world.
So let me do this to give everyone the full context of what you're seeing. So what Storm was just talking to, this is his stream. This is one of his 4K streams. Definitely some of the best streams out there on YouTube from Stadia. So again, when people tell you, "Oh, Stadia don't work," yeah, that's a bunch of malarkey. I mean, there are different things that will speak to different network situations and things of that nature. But this whole mantra that Stadia just flat out doesn't work across the board, it's a bunch of bullpucky, and Storm definitely does a great job in showing why that doesn't make any sense at all. So let me do this too. Don't forget, guys, that we do cover Yappas, and we're doing a giveaway soon. We're going to talk about it this weekend on SML. So if you want to be part of that giveaway, then you definitely want to join in on these Yappas. Now, you might hear a bunch of clanking and dropping in the background because my wife just came up in here. She thinks I'm not going to put her on blast live on stage. But she's not supposed to be eating these damn Fritos. So, honey, why did you come up here trying to get in these Fritos? Leave these Fritos alone.
Hey, remember what happened last time?
We got to watch our blood pressure.
We remember what happened last time on Division 2, man. Leave that lady alone, man. Let her do her thing.
She said, no, you're old. No, we're both old, baby. We're both old and brittle. And now the cat done came up here. Look, guys, that is the link. If you want to use a Yappa, the cat's gonna be up here clawing my elbows and my knees. Leave a Yappa. We'll respond to your Yappa comments and all that other good stuff. Also, if you're part of the PNTS Network Patreon, leave us a comment there and we'll respond to it too. But I wanted to answer before Ryan left because he said I just turned in, just out of curiosity. How has Stadia grown since the beginning? Has it really made that big of an impact? If you guys can both give your takes on that and answer that.
All right.
Go Project.
All right. So let me get that question one more time. See, Ray just said something. It threw me off this time, man. It's Ray's fault, man. I was responding to Ray. You said how has Stadia grown? What's the rest of that? Eddie, do you remember? Because he might.
I'm sorry. Yeah, no. The question was, I just turned in on the show. Just out of curiosity, how was Stadia grown since Baldur's Gate? Has it really made a big impact?
I would say if you look at the fascination that people have, like there was a streamer that we just highlighted by the name of Wolfheart on YouTube, and this is just one example, who actually bought the game. He was looking forward to playing the game on Steam, and then he ended up playing on Stadia because he just couldn't get the game on Steam because of the servers or whatever being overwhelmed, I'm assuming. So thousands of people flocked to his channel to see the game being played on Stadia. So I think that's just one small example. Stadia's kicked out their advertising campaign as well. And you see like a lot of different, a lot of people interested in the platform, I think, in my opinion. And then if you look at Google Stadia's YouTube channel, I know it's at 81, maybe 82 million views. So I think people are interested in Stadia. They're learning more about it. They're seeing that it actually works. They're hearing about the games now that's being offered. Baldur's Gate 3 is a big title that is not on consoles right now. And the fact that it's not on consoles is saying a lot about, Stadia's capabilities and everything and the future of the platform. When you think of games like Cyberpunk and all those games that's coming to the platform, Madden and Sekiro and all these others that's supposed to be slated for sometime soon this year if they don't get pushed back into next year. Yeah, man, I think it says it's pretty good for the platform overall.
Okay. Eddie, did you get a chance to give your take on?
Yeah, no, I actually replied to him on chat.
Did you? Oh, okay, cool.
Because the amount of time we saw people on Baldur's Gate stream and people say, "Oh my god, I wish to play this game." Yeah, you can play it on Stadia. You just buy the game and you play. You'll be surprised. So I think that is already making a difference on Stadia. But talking about, because I told him, if you want to see if Stadia has grown, just go on YouTube and type Stadia.
Yeah.
And maybe order by latest videos. You will see a bunch of people trying to stream Stadia.
Yep.
So there are a lot of more people trying to stream Stadia, and not to talk about the streaming feature hasn't arrived
yet. Man, you're on it.
And they already had said it's on the UI right now. If you boot Stadia, say streaming, it's coming very soon. So once every single Stadia player can stream on YouTube, that's gonna make even more noise.
And that's why if you're already look, I don't want to say too much, create the competition. MM2K is not ready for that kind of competition yet, man. He wants to have his streams out there looking crispy, and he so when we get like 1,000 more people MM2K that's out here trying to do these crispy streams, how are you going to feel about it, man? Do you welcome that or do you hate on that?
No, we look. I always say we grow like a village. I've seen it before. I already put that SOS out to the Stadia community. We grow like a village. We because here's what's going to happen, y'all. I done told y'all. Now, y'all going to learn today. I done told y'all. I done seen it. When when Stadia gets out of the 8%, when cloud gaming, rather, because this isn't all Stadia's thing. When cloud gaming gets out of the 8 percentile and it's starting to hit like 15, 20, 30% of the gaming market, right? When it starts to when that's its floor. Yeah. You're going to see Yongye and Dreamcast guy. They're going to say, oh, you know what? Stadia's gotten so much better. It was trash before, but they must have done something magical. That's why we dogged it. But it's when they do that and they see that it's lucrative, then guess what they're going to start doing? They're going to start having Stadia streams.
Yeah, they're going to sneak into. Let me see. Yeah, let me see what this is all about.
They're going to start having Stadia streams, and then they're going to want to take their 200,000, 300,000 subscribers and palm us in the face and push us out of the way, like that one Dave Chappelle skit when he's in the club. You know what I'm saying? We Stadia community, we got to be united and be like, oh, hell no, and pull out these receipts and say, no, you were dogging a platform. You're all about clicks. You're not an honest representator of this platform. We were here since the beginning. We took the lumps and the bruises, and we're here to represent this platform, good or bad, where you're here just for clicks. So I don't hate. I just want to represent and make sure that the community representation is pure. So there's a difference between hating and making sure that it's pure. We got to be careful of those people like Wolfhard, who organically was solely a Daddy Device person, but then was consumed with, and he was impressed. That's a pure addition to the community. But when a Yang Ye, and I'm not saying we're the gatekeepers, but we're going to make sure that the Yang Ye's and the Dreamcast guys, that they atone for their sins before we look up to the gate.
Rich from Review Tech,
all these guys. Rich, I love you. We love you. You know, Triple B, we love you. But y'all gotta atone for your sins before y'all come this way. So with that being said, no, you don't hate. You just make sure that the community remains pure and it remains factual in what it presents to the community.
I don't even mind if they jump on, man, because it just shows, for one, they have to answer to that, like you all are talking about atoning for the sins and everything, man. Like they have to do that. They have to explain to their thousands and millions of subscribers why all of a sudden they're talking more Stadia, or how come you all said it was going to die and we ran with that narrative, and now these guys over here, Eddie Player One, is having fun, and you know, and MM2K and Project Storm and all these other content creators over there. And again, here's the thing, and I have to point this out because one thing I'm noticing is I'm not the only versatile gamer. I'm not the only all-around gamer. M2K talks about PC. He just he pre-ordered that PS5. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on him, trying to get over and try Game Pass. I'm working on it. You know, I'm working on it, man.
That's gonna be some work. I mean, I ain't gonna keep dogging Xbox. Hey, to each his own, but dogging.
Yo, but so we over here, man. This versatility, man. Like that, I think that's the best thing about it. But for the new people that's coming in, man, you know, like, hey, we got content in rotation. I welcome people. Let me stop saying we now. I welcome people. There were people doing this before I jumped on. So who am I to say, absolutely, nah, man, you can't have no fun? Like, that's not how it works. That's how the platform grows. You know what I'm saying? If we want those lobbies that people point out sometimes it's not filled, by the way, I was able to link up with people on this Destiny with no issues. I also tried to do a Crucible stream, you know what I'm saying? But my son kept interrupting that. But I look forward to a Crucible multiplayer stream coming soon. But yeah, man, like there's room. There's enough pie for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Can I add something very quickly?
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Eddie. Definitely go ahead.
One thing that we keep forgetting is Phoenix Rising free demo.
Oh, I got chills. Chills.
Everybody's going to have an access to an exclusive demo for free.
Yes.
And can you imagine if by that time the live streaming functionality is already available?
Bong, yeah. Yeah, I can. Bong, yeah.
This is going to be everywhere. Like everybody's going to go crazy. Like, oh my God, there's a lot of videos from Phoenix Rising on YouTube.
Yes.
Why? Because everybody can play for free.
Yes.
You don't need to have a PC. You don't need to have a console. You just put it on a URL on any computer and you're playing and you're streaming as well.
Yep.
Man, let me ask Aminar something, man. Have you what's your experience with Stadia so far at this point, man? How much have you tried it? Can you let us know how many hours you got into it and everything? I'm just curious, man, because now it's free. It's been free to sign up for a while. I just wanted to get your thoughts on it, Aminar. That's all. Just curious.
So Amunar, yeah, you need the most expensive and fastest internet for Stadia. Okay, let us know how what your experience was that has led you to that. Let us know what internet that you had that didn't work, where you played it at, what games you played, and if you like Amunar, because we're out. Hey, everybody can use a friend. Give us your Stadia gamer tag. We're
That's
all
it.
for it.
We'll
Amunar.
add you. Most
Yeah,
definitely.
we'll add you. So give us all that immediately. Anyway,
Yeah, but check. So Eddie, you're absolutely right about that as well, man. Like, and MM, let me ask. I have to ask you this after Eddie just so graciously tackled that whole thing. Now, what if that's Stadia's future plan, MM2K? When it went, because we know they have that bankroll ready. We know they had that bankroll at some point, man, and they're gonna get that approval, that green light. Phil and somebody else, whoever, they're gonna get that green light, man. So, do you think they go after more of these type of exclusive deals? Would you like to see that or not? Because I know that other people. I know Bill has talked about it, and I do respect everything Bill mentioned from Stadia Cast. I know his thoughts on it, but I wanted to know your thoughts on it because exclusivity to some is not where they want to see the industry head. So what do you think about it?
Eddie, you got any thoughts on that? That they got any other big games coming out of the woodwork?
They do. We don't know anything. Like there's the exclusive first party studio working. They're the exclusive that I cannot wait to play. Outcasters. There are some other exclusives on the works with Harmonix and etc. The horror company as well. Don't remember. And although it is a hard conversation, but still to this day, exclusive matters. Yeah, I think that's about it. I still need to think more about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure they got more deals worked out. Look, Stadia keeps things close to the vest. We know that. Maybe it's because they're afraid of getting ripped off or whatever. Maybe it's to keep their advantage, but they do it whatever they do for whatever reason they do it, whether we agree with it or not. There are definitely more deals that they're working on. They're not being stagnant. Every time we get together and we're like, oh, you got to do something, they do something. So
they do.
They're definitely not stagnant, and we're going to see more and more to come. And this again is not, as Jack Buser said, this is not their premier tango. I want to say, like, and I think Storm had put this elegantly. He said right now they're playing a little bit of t-ball. They're getting a little bit serious now. With the marketing and stuff like that, but they're still playing t-ball. When you got to listen to all of the DICE 2020, DICE 2019, all this stuff where they talked about what their long-term plans are. Look at where they're at now, and then you'll understand, okay, this is still in its infancy. You know what I mean? So those are my thoughts. But
Yo, I sent a message here on our private chat because Charles sent here on chat as well. This is also a reply to again? To Ryan asking about Baldur's Gate and Stadia and asking if that is making any noise. So every single day there are more people like this jumping on Twitter and putting this kind of things.
Yep. Hold on, let me see this. Oh, hold on, I can't. Did I miss? Oh. It would help if I take the whole. Oh crap! It would help if I take the whole dang on thing. It doesn't want to cooperate with me though. There we go. All right, we'll take that and we'll do this like so. All right, and then we're gonna highlight it like this. All right, and it says Noah Young. He says cloud gaming has changed my perspective on video games. No more hardware. No more worrying about storage. No more updates. Trying Google Stadia was the best thing ever. Cancel. Whoa. Canceled my pre-order for Xbox.
Continue down.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. And keep going. Let me know when to stop.
Yeah. No. He's saying I'd like to.
Oh, let me see. He said I'd like to. Oh, I'd like to say. I like to say canceling my Xbox pre-order Series X allows me to get Cyberpunk and Assassin's Creed on Stadia now. I legit have no regrets outside. I didn't make the switch earlier. Woo, Jesus. I didn't make the switch earlier to Google Stadia. Ooh. Now, who is this guy? Is this just a random?
Yeah, it's a random dude. So you see how it's not only big influencers that is thinking.
Yeah.
Like,
great point.
The thing is changing only for big influencers.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's the public that Stadia didn't spoke before that use it to play games that is deciding to try Stadia, and they are having a good experience. Mm-hmm. So you see, when they say, is this impacting anyone? It's impacting the regular Joe. It is impacting everybody as well.
Absolutely.
Yep. And I'm telling you, you got to keep in mind during these times, man, this pandemic and stuff, man, a lot of people, they don't have the finances to go out and cop that Series X or that PS5 or that gaming rig or whatever the case might be. They might be able to squeak it and try Stadia if it's running games like Baldur's Gate 3 and Cyberpunk and stuff like that this fall. That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely. I want to wrap this up and say, that I think a lot of people are thinking, and again, nothing against anybody that's getting a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series. Look, we're all getting one of them on the panel. You know what I'm saying? But I think a lot of people are thinking that may have limited resources or whatever the case may be. Hey, I'm looking at these next gen consoles, and the overwhelming majority of the games that I'm going to be able to play, they're going to be at the performance that I get on Stadia, and I ain't got to pay $500 for Stadia. So people are thinking in that passion. And again, don't be in the wrong state of thought that everybody that games has to have everything day and date. That's not every gamer. That's really the minority of gamers. The majority of gamers have the games that they like, and as long as they know they can access them, that's cool with them. You know, so if somebody knows that Cyberpunk 2077 is coming to Stadia, they ain't got to have it on launch day. You know, they might wait a week or so or whatever the case may be, and then they get it on Stadia, and they're happy that they can get performance, you know, on par at least with the majority of, or better than the majority of consoles out there, the PlayStation 4 Slim and the Xbox One S, or, you know, at least for the early months, it's on par with the 1080p mode with the Series X and the PlayStation 5, because the enhancements aren't coming until 2021. So it's something to think about. A lot of people are thinking that way, and I'm definitely thinking that way. I know a lot more people. Well, I don't want to say a lot more people, but a lot of people are also thinking, hey, look, I want a console that has everything that I want to possibly play, and that's understandable. But again, there's a lot of different thinking going on this time around, and competition just makes the options better. That's all. So, all right. With that said, he says, please don't do Uplay Plus. You know what? I'm not going to go into Uplay. I was thinking about going into Uplay Plus, but I'm not going to go into that. Let's close out with this before we go to the chat, guys. Let's talk about this story right here. I thought it was interesting because it's really big on what the market can present, or what, you know, or what the market dynamic is going to be. So this is coming to us via Stadia Source, your number one source for Stadia news and reviews. And Stadia mobile data support graduates from experimental tab to wide release. So what that means is, before, if you wanted to use mobile data with Stadia on your phone, and you had to go into the experimental tab, and then it gave you all these bibble babble about it.
Yeah.
And then it, you know, it wasn't guaranteed to work. Now it's guaranteed to work because it's in the normal settings. How big of a deal is this? You know, as far as Stadia's potential saturation globally, who wants to tackle that first?
Eddie.
I'm thinking.
Me too.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I'll get you guys, you know, set up for it. Well, we always got to remember that even though US is huge with consoles, we're like the number one, and North America is the number one place for console usage. There are a lot more gamers globally that play on their phones, right? And a lot of them are playing in a dedicated solution, meaning they download something from the Apple Store or the Google Play Store. But if you run into a situation to where these people can play on their phones over the cloud with minimal data usage as possible, and it's stable, then you're changing the game. You know what I'm saying? And if they then within that, they can get AAA experiences or a wide, I won't just say AAA, but a wide variety of experiences that they can't get from Google Play or the Apple Store. If they can get that via these cloud services, that's huge. And one of those places where it's huge at is India. It's going to have a big impact in India. So I'll just start it off with that. Who wants to take it from there?
I will go just by recapping what we saw on the Google night.
Yes.
Night in.
Yep.
Because if you remember the event, it was focused on the Chromecast, etc. And Stadia had an appearance. And when the Stadia appeared over there, it was for mobile.
Mm-hmm.
Because they know, and they said they want to reach the next 2 billion gamers. And the 2 billion gamers, it's not on a console. There are mobile users.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's huge, and it will continue, especially with 5G coming and the implementation and everybody getting more data. And now we're having this data limits as well without impacting you so much data.
Mm-hmm.
I believe we will see much more people playing on mobile than what we can imagine.
Yeah, I agree. I fully agree with that. 100%.
Yeah, I think that I think this could potentially be huge. We already see Xcloud making inroads in South Korea. South Korea is huge on phones. But you got places like India where this could have some serious impact. And Xbox was about to make a killer move in India, but that their deal that they were striking with a major box or Android box maker in India or something like that fell apart. So there's still a lot of wiggle room for Google. And if they can get this, and I'm going to tell you this much, the mobile data usage on Stadia is phenomenal. Even in the experimental phase, I used it. That's what sold me on PGA 2K21. When I played 2K21 in the doctor's office waiting for my wife for really the first time I really played it.
Yeah.
And it played so smoothly over mobile data, I fell in love with the game ever since then. So if that's the case, if you can get AAA experiences easy to, plug and play in the go or whatever the case, easy to start up on the go. If you can get that in places like India, that's going to be a game changer for Stadia. So any other thoughts?
Nope. That's interesting, man, because and see, for a gamer like me, man, and see, here's the thing I like about the variety of options that you have, because I'm mostly going to be on laptop, desktop, and primarily TV with the CCU. But for people to have those options that you're talking about, man, and just knowing how many phones are out here, man, and how many people in the world want Stadia like right now, MM2K, that is big, man. That's pretty spectacular. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. You know what? Let's go to the chat. Let's close out. We got like 5 minutes. Let's close out. This is that time. We don't want to go too far over. Chase. I thought that was Chase. No, that's somebody else. I'm Charles. Do me a favor, Storm, if you can go through the chat and let us know.
All right.
Who got comments that pop out?
Okay. Now, next we go hard says the banning of games in Japan and now PUBG in India is hurting the gaming global industry.
Mm-hmm.
I know what you're saying. I heard about that. I had to look into it, but it looks like it's true to me. You know what I'm saying? Banning that, it's hurting the industry. I agree. All right. So next we have I'm laughing. Laughing at Charles, man. Laughing at Charles, man.
Yeah, Charles a little worked up. Hey, I get it. Hey, look, man. Hey, look, Charles, we gotta let the so as long as they're not vulgar and as long as they're not harassing anybody, we're gonna let the trolls rock because they're not good because they think they're good, but they're not good at it. And every now and again, if my wife does something like how y'all witnessed earlier, if she does something to get on my nerve, I take my frustrations out on these wannabe trolls. So let him rock. Let him rock.
Yeah, and then Ryan says he said earlier, I have to head out, but I'll finish listening at work like normal. Maybe one day I'll call in. I'd like to run something by you guys. Take care. How can someone that's listening to this right now, how can they call in, man?
What they can do is you can listen to SML. We're live every Saturday from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. And you want to call into this number. I'm putting it up right now. This is the Skype line for SML Podcast. So tune in at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can call in and leave us. Oh, hold on. Holy crap. What did I do? Leave us a message, or you can leave us a message or call in live. It's better to call in live, really. Call into that Skype line, leave us and call in, and we'll answer your question live on air.
Yep. It works pretty well. All right. So
Project Amendment chat. I'm sorry, I gotta go, guys.
Oh, no problem,
Eddie. Yeah,
no problem, Eddie.
Gotta go pick up.
Take it easy.
They care. Bye, chat. Bye, everybody. See you around.
All right.
Take it easy, bro. All right. All right. Okay.
Let's see who else we got in here. We said
scrolling up. We got a lot of one-liners, but I'm laughing, man.
Exactly. Yeah, I know. Ray
Sherrod, man. I'm laughing at Ray and other people with the one-liners and everything. But Ray said bong yeah. All right.
The bong yeah.
Like he must be high, man. Why the boy be high like that? But yeah. So I almost wanted to plug the episode when we had the homie call Lynn and everything.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I can't remember which one it is though. That's the only problem.
I think it was episode 3. Yep, it was episode 3.
Episode 3 SML podcast that just mentioned, y'all. Every Saturday at noon Eastern time. You do not want to miss these shows. SSC is great. We've been doing this for a minute now. MM2K has been doing it before me and Eddie got on here. But there's something about that SML on Saturdays, man. Hey, hashtag Saturdays will never be the same. And Stadia Saturday Evolution, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Be there at 12 noon.
Hey, look, let me see if we got any yappas. I mean, look, we chop it up here.
Yeah, give him a taste, man, before we shut down, man.
We love you guys coming in and joining us too. But I'm telling you, the experience that you get on SML, live phone calls, the yappas, it'd be lit. And then we got Salt Yay that calls up and goes wild every now and again. And again, you guys, you got to go to pntsnetwork.com, leave a yappa comment. And it's going to enter you into our next ref. I think we're gonna touch on it a little bit on Saturday. We're still dotting the I's and crossing the T's. You know what I mean? But definitely, you want to check into that.
Yeah. Right? And you didn't mention anything about the giveaway. See, y'all. You see what he does. Yep. The giveaway is coming up.
You got to tune in.
Tune in. Hey, Ray Sherrod said. I didn't say this, y'all. Ray Sherrod said it. I had to shut a hater up by sending him a Projekt Storm 4K stream link. Hey, look, man, that's what I do. Me and MM2K, we got to tell the story one more time. This will be the last time, man. We challenged and it was a friendly challenge. It was a friendly challenge, man. MM doesn't rock with Xbox, but man, we challenged people to put their Xcloud gameplay up, man, and not everybody did that. I don't see a lot of Geforce Now gameplay. I don't see a lot of Shadow gameplay. I don't see a whole lot of, I'm lying. I see a whole lot of Stadia gameplay because all you had to do is go type it in MM2K. People keep telling me all the time, man, hey, yo, I can't find no Stadia. How well does it work? You don't see Stadia nowhere on YouTube. What? I say, what?
Mm-hmm.
Have you typed in Google Stadia? But anyway, man, that's a story for a different day. But that's pretty much, let me see. That's it that I see right now. That's all, y'all.
All right. Are they live yet? Nope. Okay. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to transition over right. We're going to transition right over to, or transition anybody that still wants to hear some great Stadia commentary and listen to a great Stadia show related show. We're going to transition you over to Stadia Sources channel. Right now, they're breaking some news. And I believe, hold on right now. Okay. So we're going to send you guys over right now. So here is the link to there. Check that out. Go watch those guys. And again, you can catch me and Storm on SML Podcast. You can catch us on SML Podcast. This episode is going to be on this channel this Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you definitely don't want to miss it, okay? Tune in, live phone calls, Yappa comments that we take live on air, comments that we take via the Discord, the PNTS Discord. You don't want to miss it. But that is Stadia Source. Let me do this again.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I dropped my link right under that for y'all. If you want to check out a glimpse of that 4K content running on the CCU or whatever, you can check that out too.
Stadia Source show is live. And also, if you miss Storm's content, miss his link, the links, I almost put is likes.
Yeah, it's all right. I need them likes too, man. I need the likes. You know what I'm saying? I don't ask people for much at all. You know what I mean? I don't even ask for likes and subscriptions, but I just like for people to check out the content. It makes me feel good, man, because I work hard on it for y'all.
And you can definitely catch Storm, links to Storm and Eddie's channels in the description and in the comment section below. So with that said, I want to thank everybody for coming through, man. Y'all make this show live as usual. I think I will be doing, I'm either going to be doing a video or I'll be doing another open mic tomorrow. We'll see. I might just do a video or might just stream some Baldur's Gate. We'll see. But like I said, I promise you guys, I'm going to be doing Stadia content every Monday through Friday. Well, really Saturday, because me and Storm is doing SML. So every Monday through Saturday, you're going to get Stadia content that involves MM2K. So definitely head on over and enjoy. And with that said, you all have a wonderful, wonderful gaming day. Peace.
And Luna.